insect cyborg hybrid cockroach. Using natural bug reflexes scared of bright light. Instead of traditional electric nerve stimulation, tiny glued-on UV helmets blink lights into each eye to signal left and right turns. Intended for search and rescue, biointelligent cyborgs find their way out of any maze. Steering bugs with blinking lights avoids wired electric fatigue, which usually ends badly. Follow me at Chicapalvo on X and stay tuned to The Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast.
Their defense on this guy has been absolutely zero. They have not defended this guy once the entire effing series. I mean, honestly, I have never seen a guy with more room to do whatever he wants than this guy Halliburton. This guy has humiliated them.
It's Pharrell, Coast to Coast with Scott Pharrell. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. On the home of the winning edge, the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. You don't have to sink a 30-footer from the end of your driveway to come out of the NBA playoffs smelling like a rose. SportsGrid brings you all the angles, insights, and odds. And more to make you a winner. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please welcome.
It's the opening kickoff with Carver and Lisi.
Right, here we go. Carver and Lisi with you. SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM, channel 159. Great to have everybody with us on. That's right. It's a Friday night heading into the weekend on the grid. A lot going on. Big night of baseball. Why am I such in a good mood? When you get 2 bell rings in a matter of moments, that gets you excited. So Christian Yelich for the Brewers, Matt Chapman for the Giants, just in a matter of moments with each other. So that gets you cooking here. Cooking on a Friday night. And lots of baseball because it is Friday night. We'll talk about all the games going on. Yankees-Dodgers later on at Chavez Ravine. Rematch of the World Series. We'll do plenty. Knicks-Pacers Game 6 tomorrow night in Indiana. Our Stanley Cup final matchup is set. Panthers and Oilers Game 1 on Wednesday night. We've got the golf heading into the weekend with the Memorial. Not a lot of guys not a lot of guys under par. I think only 11 as we make the turn into the weekend. Lots of opportunities out there with Nick the Dentist Taylor and Bermuda Ben Griffin, both in the lead at 7 under. We'll try to go after those guys, maybe even with Scotty. Who knows? We'll see if maybe we can put it with the golf with him here this evening. Mike Carver with you. Sans Joe, as it's been all week. Joe's been out on assignment. He will be back with us on Monday as we get cooking here on CNL. We do have, of course, stopping by this hour, Coach James Young will be here. We'll talk about this Nick Pacer game tomorrow night. Get all the preview and the breakdowns from Coach. Gentleman George will be back, hour number 2, George Kurtz, for all this heavy baseball night. And of course, Yankees-Dodgers, which me and George are very excited about. That will be going on later. Let's get you rolling with what's happening right now, though, here. And that is really live right now. It is all baseball for us this evening. There is no playoff action. All those series are over except the Knicks and the Pacers. 5-1 Brewers. I just mentioned to you, Christian Yelich, a 3-run shot off of this Banks, this lefty they brought in, the Phillies. Walker was in lots of trouble, gave up a double to Cheerio, hello. And then Yelich, Oppo Taco, 3-run shot. 5-1 Brewers now in the top of the 5th inning. And I got Yelich in that DraftKings King of the Diamond tonight, too. So can the Brewers now add on? Extend. Let's get a lot of runs from the Brewers now here and maybe get ourselves a nice King of the Diamond hit if possible. Next, Blue Jays up 3-2 on the A's. A's actually scoring some runs tonight, which is nice to see. The Mets have a 2-0 lead on Colorado. Top of the 4th inning at Citi Field. Giants up 2-0 on the Marlins. Mentioned Chapman homered there. Top of the 4th against our pal Cal Quantrill. Angels up 1-0 on the Guardians. Top of the 4th inning in Cleveland. Braves up 1-0 on the Red Sox. Bottom 3rd. Of course, Giolito going tonight. He's held the Braves to 1 so far. He is a gas can. So we are hoping that we can get some more runs out of him coming up shortly. The Cardinals and the Rangers are starting as we speak. In Arlington, we still have Rays, Astros, Tigers, Royals, Nats, Diamondbacks, Pirates, Padres, Twins, Mariners, and of course, Yankees, Dodgers, Max Fried and Tony Gonsolin tonight. That is also an Apple TV game. So make sure you go, if you haven't, you go get your free month of Apple TV if you want to watch the Yankees and the Dodgers tonight in a marquee game for baseball. So that's really what we have in terms of live action. We will discuss a little bit about the hockey because we do have the matchup set. They're not going to play until Wednesday, but we have some time to do it. We'll see what George likes later on as well. And I want to get the golf numbers up too as we get going. Of course, Hitler Bell is with us as always. Matthias, happy Friday night to you. Good to see you as always. And I saw that. Let's see if hopefully Matthias is in action.
Ready to roll, baby.
I can hear him.
Ready to roll, baby.
Now, I was, believe it or not, because of something that was going on with the show earlier, I had to glance through the French Open lines before for a reason, and I saw that your boy Fonseca is a dog in his next match. Did I see that? He's a dog when in his next match? Is that tomorrow morning, I would guess, or late tonight?
Yeah, it's tomorrow morning. You know, he's playing the young Brit, Jack Draper. He should be an underdog. Draper is a proven young tennis player, an elite player that could play 5-set tennis now. So, yeah, Draper should be favored, and it'll be a tough match. Fonseca's going to have the crowd, man. He could hit through this guy. That's the thing. That's what makes this kid so special. It's not that he can just hit the ball back. It's that he can hit through guys who are heavy hitters. So, you don't really see young kids being able to do that unless it was like Carlos Alcaraz, which made him a really special player. You know, when he started beating elite level tennis players when he was 18, because he could hit the ball so damn hard, man. That's what this kid Fonseca has. When he's on it, he could beat anybody, Mike. So, if you take him and he wins, you're going to be a big Fonseca fan. And if you take him and he loses, he's going to make some mistakes. He's a young kid. He sometimes he shouldn't be hitting the ball as hard as he does, but that's what makes him so special right now. It's the fact that he plays so loose and he's just letting it rip. You know what I mean? It's like it's nice when you see the youth just like play with such open style of tennis. And with anything when you're young, you don't feel the pressure of having to succeed yet because he hasn't won anything major yet. So he doesn't have that. I have to continue to succeed type of play. So right now we're really seeing this flair, and the crowd loves him. Hate him, win or lose, the crowd's going to keep loving him. So he's playing with open flair right now. It's going to be a fun match tomorrow. Alcaraz looking a little shaky today too.
He's not going to be.
He can, Mike. He can. He can.
I don't know.
He can. He can do it.
Beat this guy tomorrow. Come on.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It seems like that. It seems like this type of tournament. It's so open right now. DeZumer had Alcaraz on his heels today. Alcaraz right now is a tournament favorite at plus 105 in comparison to any other player, Sinner, Djokovic. Alcaraz right now is a favorite, and he was getting pushed around by a guy who probably shouldn't be, who shouldn't have made it as far into this tournament as he did. And this guy to Zoomer, and he had him on his heels. I got to admit, he was moving him around, and Alcaraz looked tired, pissed, hitting the balls into the sky. Just disgruntled for how young he is. Anybody could take this thing right now. This 5-set tennis match, man. If you get a cramp, you're kind of screwed. Arthur Fields, he was a big favorite against Munar last round, and he got a cramp in the third set. He was flying the Frenchman. First 2 sets, he had the crowd killing it, destroying it. Third set, he gets a cramp in his leg or something, and he just collapses, Mike. He barely squeaked by the match. 1 in 5 sets. But this tournament's crazy.
It is a crazy tournament. And is there UFC tomorrow night? Is there a UFC fight tomorrow?
Yeah, there is a UFC fight tomorrow,
right.
and I was afraid to take Macy Barber.
I don't know.
We
gotta go to break.
It's a crapshoot.
I don't want to know the card right now. We gotta go to break, but I'll get the UFC picks from you later too. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM, with you here on a Friday night. Coach later on, George next hour. We're rocking with you. Back after this.
By the end, you might not have a ring on your finger. Stay tuned and you'll have a little something in your pocket. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Pharrell, Coast to Coast.
Everyone and their brother is on the Knicks tonight. Obviously, I'm going to be cussing and screaming and yelling and turning purple, hoping they win. I heard all these people say they're going to go home and take a 3-2 lead when they win Game 5 at the Garden. They couldn't even win Games 1 or 2 at the Garden. What makes you think they're going to win Game 5 at the Garden? They can't beat this team. They won't beat this team.
It's Pharrell, Coast to Coast with Scott Farrell. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. On the home of the winning edge, the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Imagine combining the exciting investment opportunity of cryptocurrencies with the power of artificial intelligence to maximize your IRA, 401k, or other investment funds. Listen, if you're looking for ways to accelerate your retirement growth, Block Trust IRA has market-leading strategies and solutions for all levels of investors, from $1,000 to millions. And they partner with Bitcoin Magazine's #1 crypto trading fund in the world to maximize your returns. Plus, their team of IRA specialists is here to help you roll over your IRA or qualified retirement account to the new world of cryptocurrency investments. So make this free call right now to set up your account and learn more.
800-434-5313. 800-434-5313. 800-434-5313. That's 800-434-5313.
The NBA playoffs. The second most fun you can have indoors. If you're looking for gaming strategies and info, you've come to the right place. SportsGrid brings you all the angles and insights. Ignore us at your peril. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM, channel 159. Great to have you aboard here for us. So, we've got all the baseball cooking right now. 5-1 Brewers lead the Phillies. Make it 6-2 for the Blue Jays now, as they got a homer from Clement. Bottom third, they pounded the A's last night. It would not surprise me if that ends up being the case again this evening. Mets up 3-0 now. They got a Starling Marte home run. 2-0 Giants lead the Marlins. 1-0 Angels. 1-0 Braves. The Rays have now gotten out in front very quickly. Caballero with a homer to start things off for them. And I saw the Tigers got 2 runs in the first inning as well. That would be a 2-run homer from Riley Green. We're not going to lie, I thought about Green today. He's been smoking the ball. Lots of high exit velo lately for Riley Green. Lots of barrels for him. And thought about putting him in, but it's not a great hitting situation in Kansas City. It really hasn't been all year so far. But maybe tonight we get something. Riley Green gets things cooking on the Tigers side of things. And they have also started in Texas, where it is scoreless between the Cardinals and the Rangers. We do have 4 late-night games, which we will definitely get to at some point, probably with George in the second hour, including the main event tonight, which is the Yankees and the Dodgers out at Chavez Ravine for this evening. We left last night. We ended up with a bunch of really good stuff coming in. Josh Hart got the double-double, barely. He got a couple points. He needed like 3 bounds in the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and he was able to get it. But we got the Josh Hart, along with a very easy over 1.5 in the third period. Matthias, I think that over 1.5 in the third period last night hit in like the first 5 minutes in the Dallas-Edmonton game.
It did, Mike.
It was fast.
It did right away.
Right? It was
very
quick.
fast.
Were you on that too? Did you follow George with that as well, Matthias?
I did not. I did not. I did have the Panthers, actually. Or not the Panthers, excuse me. I had the Oilers minus
Stars.
2.5. I had the Oilers minus 2.5, Mike. So that empty net goal, that last empty net goal by Kapanen that he banked off of the wall. Oh man, jump for glory! What a great empty netter for me.
That's a real good empty netter for you, is right, because you get that 2.5 with the 3-goal win with the 6-3. We had that live over that hit. We had the over 1.5 third period hit. Didn't get the goals, but that's okay. We did get everything else in that game last night. And now we're set up for game 1, and they'll start on Wednesday, the Oilers and the Panthers, in what should be a tremendous series between the two. And I know I've gone after both of these teams. I'm stunned that Florida's back for the 3rd straight year. It's such a hard... it's so hard to get all the way back to this point, blah, 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 blah. Florida completely shoved it in my face, going for a 3rd straight season, and Edmonton coming back after losing. And I know I keep bringing this up, but there's like a little bit of a stars aligning thing with McDavid here. If you look at the Gretzky and the Crosby comparison, both guys in their first ever Cup final lost. Came back against the same team the next year and then beat them. Gretzky with the Islanders, Crosby to the Red Wings, and now here McDavid is playing Florida for the 2nd year in a row. I think Edmonton's going to get it done. I really do. I think both teams are a little bit better than last year, but I think it's Edmonton. And Matthias, I did a couple of plays on NHL today on the grid. And I love the game 1 series parlay. It's a favorite of mine. And Edmonton to win game 1 at home and Edmonton to win the series plus 165. I really like that a lot. And there's some interesting ways you could play McDavid. Whether it's Conn Smythe, whether it's lead the series in points, which he did last year with 11 in the Stanley Cup final. There's a lot of ways that you can find a little plus sign if you like the Oilers in this series.
When I look at this series, Mike, I think of, can Skinner keep up the production that he has been on for the last, couple weeks? Can Bobrovsky keep doing it as well? I think Bobrovsky's more proven than Skinner, as a whole. But Skinner right now, I think he's the reason that a big reason they're actually playing in the Stanley Cup right now is because of him. His play has been stellar. He has taken goals away from the Stars like no other, especially in that game too, Mike, where the Stars could have gone up. You know what I mean? Like, the goalkeepers win you Stanley Cups, in my opinion. And it's like, which one of the two is going to step up and seal games because both these teams can score. You know what I mean? So what goalkeeper is going to stun the world and really hold down the fort? And that team will win the Stanley Cup. You know, I just don't think it's going to be Skinner. If you put a gun to my head, I'd still go with Florida. And here's another reason why I like Florida, Mike. What do they do, in the season? They didn't hold the fort and stay pat. They go out and they get Marchand. And look how big Brad Marchand has been in the playoffs. I know he didn't show up right away for the Panthers in the regular season, but man, has he really stepped up and gotten better throughout the playoffs. He's really showed up, and I think he's going to be a reason why the Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup. I think he's going to put a stamp on it, Mike.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to be a lot different than last year. Last year they win 7 games in the most unorthodox way you can. Florida winning the first 3, Edmonton winning the next 3. I think they're going to go 7 again, and I think Edmonton to win in 7 I had today was plus 500, and I might have trickled down to plus 460. But I think it's going to be a much different route to 7 this time. I think it's going to be punching back and forth. 1-1 split in Edmonton. 2-2 split in Florida. I think it's going to be more like that. The ball's jumping in Kansas City tonight, by the way. Bobby Witt Jr. just went big fly off of Mize, who he had great career numbers against, and he hadn't hit one in a while. He was due, too. So a big, long shot for Bobby Witt, and Pasquantino just missed one by a little bit as well right after that. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We're back on the grid right after this.
Things come to those who wait. The NBA season is coming. Keep it here for every team, every game, every possibility. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
For anyone who's worried about back taxes, has not filed tax returns, and doesn't know what to do next, stop and listen. Not filing your taxes can have severe consequences, especially in this political climate. Now that COVID is over, the IRS is getting aggressive, massively increasing enforcement and collection efforts. With politicians making all sorts of promises, especially when it comes to taxes, hiding and not dealing with your taxes will cause you harsh legal and financial ramifications. But right now, the IRS offers forgiveness and writes off a massive amount of tax debt. The Tax Doctor offers a free service that helps people get out of IRS collections and back in good standing with the government. Don't hide or bury your head in the sand. Take advantage of our free service. Call now to learn more. 800-816-4492. 800-816-4492. 800-816-4492. That's 800-816-4492.
Money line.
You can have your bowl season outside of the college football playoff. People will bet, people will enjoy. And if you want to have the Rose Bowl, hey, the Rose Bowl, yeah, it's just going to have Idaho State taking on UCF. That's what you're going to get. I'm fine with it. But why do we have to include the bowl games here and make these teams who have earned home field advantage play a neutral site game? It doesn't make sense to me.
Catch Money Line with Donnie Rightside and Kevin Walsh. Weekdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network. The SportsGrid Radio Network presents This Date in Sports History.
1935, in his final major league at-bat in Philadelphia, Babe Ruth retires on an infield grounder. The Bambino played just 1 inning for the Boston Braves that day. In 1942, pitching for the Negro League All-Stars, Satchel Paige tosses 5 innings to beat Dizzy Dean's All-Stars 8-1. For SportsGrid Radio, I'm Mike DeMurgis.
You don't have to sink a 30-footer from the end of your driveway to come out of the NBA playoffs smelling like a rose. SportsGrid brings you all the angles, insights, and odds. And more to make you a winner. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
We're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio. Sirius XM 159. Great to have you with us here. On a Friday night, heading into the weekend on the grid. Balls are starting to fly out now all over the place. I told you about Bobby Witt Jr. Trevor Story gets one for the Red Sox, a 2-run shot off of Grant Holmes. And then Shea Langoliers for the A's. So I deserve this. I like playing a lot of guys on the A's for homers because that's what they are. They're a bash and grab team. They got no pitching, but they hit a lot of bombs. And they've been quiet the last few days. Played them a bunch. I said I'm done with the A's for a few days. I put them on the list. And I guess I should have made that announcement to everybody. So that way everybody could have ran out and played all the A guys tonight. Because Soderstrom, who I played yesterday, he homered. And that's another one of those next day. It always happens. And then Langoliers, who I've been on a little bit, he goes in homers. So that's just kind of how it goes. Home runs. Home runs are like, betting home runs, Matthias, it's kind of like going fishing sometimes. You could do all the preparation. You could know where the fish are. But there's nights where you're going to go out, or mornings you're going to go out, and you might not get any bites. And then there's mornings where you might go out and you come back with a ton of big catches. And that's kind of betting home runs. It's kind of like fishing. We set ourselves up with as much information as we can.
It's thrilling.
It's thrilling. I love it too, and that's the thing. I love betting the long balls, and it's you do the work. You do as much like prep work as you can. Like there's a lot of things I look at every day, whether the weather that day in the ballpark, previous matchups, who's hitting the ball hard lately, exit velo, barrel, amount of hard hit barrels, all this stuff. Look at all this jargon, and you try to pinpoint the bunch of guys that you want to go after for that day. And some days they all just like, look at that, Yelich and Chapman. It was within a minute of each other, bang, bang, and they both come through. And then there's nights where you put in a lot of work and it just doesn't happen. The ball definitely has a little jump in KC. That he caught that ball, but that ball was smoked and was trailing that Drew Waters shot he just hit off of Mai. So maybe it might be a good look for some guys live here. Maybe Kerry Carpenter, maybe somebody else. We get a little look on a live homer in this Detroit-Kansas City game because it looks like out at the K it's got a little extra zip to it tonight. So we shall see. Do you like the fishing analogy for the homers, Matthias? Was that a good one? Do you like the fishing analogy?
It was a good one. No, it was a good one. It was a good one. Absolutely. I see it. It's like when you put good money on a roulette number. When it hits, it feels damn good, and you want a load of cash.
Right.
It feels good. It's like hitting a home run, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Shohei homers tonight in a big game in LA. I don't know if the Dodgers win, but I think Shohei gets a homer. I think Tatis gets a home run tonight for the Padres.
What's his numbers against Fried, Ohtani? Let me see what he's done against him. 3 for 5 with a homer. Ohtani against Max Fried. He's hit him.
Friday Night Lights in LA. Big night. Big night tonight.
No
lots
bets,
of people at the game.
Betts hurt his toe or something like that, or he needs to get an X-ray or something, or an MRI on his toe. So no Mookie Betts. So it's Ohtani, Hernandez, Will Smith, Freeman, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Dodgers, and the Yankees, of course, have Judge in there. Grisham 7 for 15 with a homer off Tony Gonsolin. Judge 1 for 2 with a homer off of Gonsolin. So Gonsolin's given up a lot of bombs. So I don't mind going after him tonight with some Yankee bats. That's for sure. Can we get some more runs for the Brewers for the King of the Diamond? Is that possible? Can we somehow work on that this evening? We shall see. As far as the golf goes, as we hit the weekend, Nick Taylor and Ben Griffin at 7 under share the lead. Akshay Bhatia at 5 unders in solo third. Scotty Scheffler at 4 unders in solo fourth. And then you got Sam Burns, the Irish Bear, Jordan Spieth, all at 3 under. Tom Hoagie, Russell Henley, Xander Schauffele, and Colin Morikawa at 2 under. That's it. 11 guys under par heading into the weekend. And honestly, I think all those guys are within 5 of the lead. It's one of those 9 that's going to win this golf tournament. And I do think the guys at 2 under right now have a chance to win. I think they got a chance to win. We'll take a look and see if any of the numbers better. We should get Coach coming up here in a moment, too, as we're going to talk about the Knicks and the Pacers. Game number 6 in Indiana tomorrow night. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We're back on the grid right after this.
Technology Minute with George Capalbo.
New nightmare fuel from the University of Osaka. Autonomous, living, biointelligent robotics. The insect cyborg hybrid cockroach. Using natural bug reflexes, scared of bright light. Instead of traditional electric nerve stimulation, tiny glued-on UV helmets blink lights into each eye to signal left and right turns. Intended for search and rescue, biointelligent cyborgs find their way out of any maze. Steering bugs with blinking lights avoids wired electric fatigue, which usually ends badly. Follow me at Chicapalbo on X and stay tuned to The Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
Know someone with a drinking or drug problem? Learn how to get sober after we share these stories.
I was 35 with 2 beautiful children when my life and addiction started to spiral out of control. After my divorce, I went into a depression cycle and started drinking more often and using prescription drugs. After my second DWI and arrest, my ex-husband threatened to take our children away from me.
I was 17 when I became addicted to heroin and meth. I thought I could quit on my own, but I couldn't. It hit me when I was arrested.
Get sober now. Your private insurance may cover costs and we'll get you here. It's simple. Just call Elite Rehab Placement right now. Please, don't wait. Your life matters to us. 800-959-6348. 800-959-6348. 800-959-6348. Call right now before it's too late. That's 800-959-6348.
The NBA playoffs. The second most fun you can have indoors. If you're looking for gaming strategies and info, you've come to the right place. SportsGrid brings you all the angles and insights. Ignore us at your peril. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Yeah. And we're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. Great to have you with us here on the grid. Mike Carver here with you. No Joe. Joe's out on assignment all week long. He'll be back on Monday. So we've had a lot of our friends stop by all week. And it's good to have Coach James Young stopping by as well. Coach, it's good to see you as always, my man. And why is Coach here tonight? Because somebody has got to pump up the New York Knicks. You know, obviously we did Coast to Coast today. Me and Scotty and Pharrell thinks, Pharrell, Indiana's going to beat him. Indiana's covering. Indiana's going to beat him. It's over. It's over. So we got to get Coach to pump up the Knicks a little bit here as we get ready for this 6th game coming up on Saturday. Coach, good to see you. First off, let's start here. I think the weird thing about the Knicks in this series is the 2 games where they gave the burn to all the guys off the bench are the 2 games they've won, right? Like, you think about it, the 2 games where, whether it be by foul trouble or just by Tibbs actually giving guys a chance, right? Jamit, you go on and on. Those are the games they've won, Coach. And it seems to me like as much as you want to say, well, it's got to be Brunson and it's got to be Cat, and yeah, obviously those guys got to play huge roles. I think they got to find a way to get these other guys involved too, because at least in this series, those are the nights they've won.
Well, Mike, it's it's kind of amazing here because I want people to really think about how Tibbs is, right? Tibbs plays his guys. Right? We know what it is. Right. Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, obviously Mitch, Hart. Those are kind of his guys. He goes about 7 guys he really trusts. But when you think about that, Brunson, Cat, minus defenders. Hart, questionable defender.
Yeah.
So what this has done is DeLon Wright, Larry Shamet, Deuce McBride. I'm not even saying great defenders. I'm just saying better defenders. And a team, Mike, with Indiana that can run guys in and out. See, here's the thing. Indiana beats you by the war of attrition, right? They run 10 guys at you. They run them, they run them, they run them, they run them, they run you. And then you kind of run out of legs. When you really think about this series, game one, Knicks probably ran out of legs, up by 12 points, 2.5 minutes left to go. Game two, about a 3-4 minute stretch, they got outscored. Otherwise, they won that game. And game four, same thing. Start and ending of quarters. So Tibbs in game three had no choice. None. Game five, he kind of went and took the choice of playing these guys. And I think that is the key thing is that. Number two, and I think I said it on Coast to Coast with Scotty. The Knicks had to split up Cat and Brunson's minutes. Because Cat don't play great with Brunson. Brunson can play great with anyone, but you got to have offensive balance. So you bring Mitchell Robinson in, better defensively, more balance. Hart goes to the second group, better offense. But now, Mike, you're now having, at times, ready? You have, obviously, Cat with guys like Achua, Shamet, Deuce, Wright. Yeah. Strong defenders that can switch 1 through 4, and the offense can go through Cat, and all of them can knock down shots from the perimeter, so the floor is spaced. It's like Tibbs fell into it, but now is Tibbs going to be like the Tibbs we know, which is, I'm going to run my guys, or he's going to look at someone like Deuce McBride and say, I got to play him more. Look at Larry Shamet, I got to play him more. And maybe at times look at Josh Hart, who was awful in game 4, and say, maybe I got to play him a little bit less.
It sucks, Coach, because obviously, you could play this game all the time. Ifs and buts or candy and nuts. Every day would be Christmas. But, I mean, they completely threw away the first game. They completely threw away the first game. And, there's a world where they're going into Indiana to close, to potentially win this series tomorrow. I know it's hard to look at it that way because it probably changes the dynamic of the series if the Knicks end up winning that first. Who knows? But, Coach, I still can't believe 5 games in now, heading to game 6, that they melted down the way that they did at the end of that first game. I still can't believe it.
It was a meltdown of epic proportions, and it was mistakes being made all over the place. But then I could look around as a basketball guy, not as a Knicks fan, and say, we stole the first 2 games out of Boston. We don't have any business winning any of those 2 games either. Yeah. So it's kind of like it kind of evens itself out. Yeah, it was a tough pill to swallow that game 1, the way they finished out. But it sets up an interesting spot here because a Knicks team, you know this, Mike, they're way better on the road than they are at home. And Indiana has been the underdog. No one expected them to honestly win. I don't know anybody. If anybody thought Indiana was going to win Game 5 in New York, they were nuts. But now the pressure's on them. Can they handle the pressure of being a favorite and knowing that if they don't, and listen, I don't listen to a lot of what Charles Barkley says, but I think Charles Barkley's right. If they don't win tomorrow, it's going to be a hard time for them to come back and win Game 7. This is different than last year when the Knicks limped to the finish line. The Pacers won Game 6, and then no one was left for the Knicks in Game 7. This will be 3-1, lose after you won 2 in New York, and then lose in your home building. That would be a really tough thing for a team that's never been to the finals in 25 years for them to come back and win a Game 7. But the Knicks still have to win Game 6 first.
Right, and even though it is the same Pacer team, and people will look at it blindly and go, well, they went to New York and won a Game 7 last year. That wouldn't be a problem for them if they had to go and do it. They've done it before. And yes, there is a little bit of that, I think, but you're right. it's how you get to that game 7. It's going to be a different, the path that you take to get there is going to be different. And if the Knicks are walking into the Garden on Monday night, that means they're coming off what would be great wins in games 5 and 6 potentially tomorrow night. And it changes the wave of emotions and the wave of just how everything is moving. I got 1 minute, then we'll come back and start getting some plays for the game. What's this Halliburton guy's deal, Coach? It's like, I know that he's been all the talk with the overrated thing, and then is he a superstar? Is he this? Is he that? I think he's a real good player, but man, he could be annoying as hell out on that court, Coach, with some of the stuff that he does. But you don't see it when they're losing. Like last night, when they're getting smashed, you don't hear anything out of him.
Yeah, the thing that bothered me, now with the fact that they lost, but if you watched him walking off the floor, he was like laughing. And I'm saying to myself, like,
yeah,
bro, you just got all the pressure on you. And you took 7 shots? Now, I do say this. We'll get into the commercial break, after the commercial break. There were things that New York did schematically, defensively, and offensively that changed the series. The question is, what does Rick Carlisle do to offset what Tom Thibodeau did in Game 5?
Yep. We'll come back, and we will do all that with Coach. We'll get some thoughts and some plays here for it, and we'll give you all the numbers for the Knicks and the Pacers, game number 6, tomorrow night in Indiana. Carver and Lisi, Sports Grid Radio. Coach hanging out. No Joe this week. We're back on the grid right after this.
The boys of summer have returned and taken the field for the great American pastime. You should monetize that. Get the winning edge. This is the Sports Grid Radio Network. Pharrell, Coast to Coast.
Their defense on this guy has been absolutely zero. They have not defended this guy once the entire effing series. I mean, honestly, I have never seen a guy with more room to do whatever he wants than this guy Halliburton. This guy has humiliated them.
It's Pharrell Coast to Coast with Scott Pharrell. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. On the home of the winning edge, the Sports Grid Radio Network.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-823-3851. 800-823-3851. 800-823-3851. That's 800-823-3851.
The Sports Grid Radio Network presents This Date in Sports History.
1935, in his final major league at-bat in Philadelphia, Babe Ruth retires on an infield grounder. The Bambino played just 1 inning for the Boston Braves that day. In 1942, pitching for the Negro League All-Stars, Satchel Paige tosses 5 innings to beat Dizzy Dean's All-Stars 8-1. For Sports Grid Radio, I'm Mike DeMurgis.
Yes, we know you listen to us constantly, but earbuds at Thanksgiving dinner isn't fooling anybody. So give thanks. We'll be here when you come to after all that turkey. You can lay odds on that. This is the Sports Grid Radio Network.
Back. Carver and Lisi, Sports Grid Radio, Sirius XM 159, of course. Friday night here on the grid. Joe out. Coach Young's hanging out as we get ready for the Knicks and the Pacers. Game 6 on Saturday night. All right, Coach. As of this moment that we are sitting here, we have got Pacers minus 3.5. 219 flat for the total, which, the total's been, you know how the total goes. The games that Indiana's won, it's completely flown over the total. And these last couple games where the Knicks has won, it's been under the total, which is where they want to be. I mean, so I think the total coach is going to correlate to whoever you think is going to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's either Pacers and over or Knicks and under. Because of the fact of if the Knicks did what they did in game number 4, where they had 17 turnovers and the Pacers had 20 fast break points, that's how the Pacers want to win. They want to get out of transition and run, but then in the get out of transition and run, they want to lull you into their game. New York is on the other hand, and here's the thing, folks: New York Pacers do a really good job, Mike, of getting in transition even after makes. So what I talked about before the commercial break, there were a couple of things I saw out of the Knicks that was a little bit different. Number one, they did something we call jam the outlet, meaning on makes or misses, instead of getting it to Halliburton, he's got free reign up the floor. They got someone close to him, so now he's got to retreat back towards the ball. Number two, they picked him up in the backcourt, Mike, with Mikal Bridges. I thought put OG on him, but Bridges in the backcourt, you turn him once or twice in the backcourt, Mike, that's another 3 seconds off the shot clock, and now you're getting into your action a little bit later. So I think that was key on what New York did defensively. They did offensively, I thought that was extremely smart, is hopefully people notice this. You notice Brunson did not bring the ball up the floor all the time. They got him the ball, Mike, on the run, meaning handoffs. Why? Because if Aaron Naismith's in front of you, Mike, and on a catch, and you're flat-footed, he's strong enough to bump you off your spot. When you get him on the run with that bad right ankle, then it's a little bit harder for Aaron to move. So watch for that early and see if Indiana then turns around and doubles everything. So they double those handoffs, especially with Naismith chasing, because that is where Brunson got dangerous on the move. And then you got the switches, and then you got a couple of what we call walk down threes, where you walk into it, big backs up because you think Brunson's going to the basket, and he shoots a three over you. So that's what I want to see. So when you think about the props, where do you go? For New York, I'm not going to Brunson. This is all about Cat. This is all about Cat. This guy averaged 30.3 points per game in the regular season. He's gone over 3 straight, and all 3 of them he's been in foul trouble. If Cat stays out of foul trouble, and with the dumb fouls, right, the committing fouls at half court and grabbing people, he could go for 30. They refuse to move this thing more than 22 and a half. I've been waiting for this thing to come in at about 23, 24 and a half, at 22 and a half, Cat over 22 and a half, and someplace like FanDuel, you can get him, I think it's over 4.5 points at plus money. For Cat, that's a 2 and a 3. Boom, you cash in. So look at Cat, 4 over 4.5 points first quarter, Cat over 22 and a half. Other side, if I'm looking at Halliburton getting picked up in the backcourt, right, you got to now look at guys who can create your own shot. There's only 2 of them that I can count, in my opinion, on Indiana besides Halliburton. One is obvious, is Pascal Siakam. The other one is Benedict Mathurin, because he can get to the basket, he's strong, and he can knock down free throws. He's gotten 20 and 23 points the last 2 games. His points prop is 10.5. They also put him on Brunson a little bit because he's bigger and thicker, and I think Aaron Naismith is compromised. Cat over 22.5, Benedict Mathurin over 10.5 tomorrow night.
I like it, Coach. I went last night with the Josh Hart double-double, and it was in the plus 240s, and it's plus 260, 265 tomorrow night again. Like, I know that there's a little bit of this different dynamic now with him not starting the game, but it doesn't really matter because he's still getting the burn. Like, it's not like because he's not starting, he lost 5 or 7 minutes off of what he was playing. He's still out there and he's involved in everything. So, I mean, the double-double just got across the line last night. I think it's a silly number for him, honestly. I think it should be in the ones, personally. Plus 260 for him to have a double-double. I like that a lot.
Yeah, because number one, he's going to be a rebounding machine, right? Two, he should be able to get there in the points, provided that he doesn't just have brain farts, particularly defensively.
Right.
But three, with that second unit, Mike, he's running the point, and they're putting the ball in his hands a little bit and letting Brunson be off the ball. Honestly, I would look at it, and I would put a small sprinkle. If there's a guy who can get a triple-double, and how much?
55 to 1. 55 to 1.
Couple of bucks on Josh Hart for a triple-double. If that game gets up and down, he's going to get the assists and the rebound. Just can he get the points?
Doesn't he have one in the play? How many?
Yeah,
he's got a couple in the playoffs, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's two.
Remember,
Yeah,
he's got two in the playoffs.
I would definitely look at that. At 55, why not?
When he's dishing like that, the assists sometimes do rack up for him. And if it's a game that maybe does get into a little bit of a track meet style of a situation, then he's got an absolute shot to pick any of that up. I want the Knicks to win, Coach. I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a bang the drum Knick guy. I would like to see a Game 7 on Monday night. I'm skeptical though, Coach. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like on Scotty's level where he was telling me today he thinks they're gonna get blown out. I think the Knicks are absolutely gonna be in the game, but I think it's gonna be a very, very tough game for them. Now I'm gonna squeeze a couple more minutes out of Coach, and then we'll get him out of here at the top of the hour. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. Coach James Young is with us. Joe's out all week. We'll come back and finish up with Coach right after this.
Things come to those who wait. The NBA season is coming. Keep it here for every team, every game, every possibility. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right. For about $50 a month, you'll get lightning-fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases. No hidden fees, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back. But you're going to love it, and you're going to love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now. 800-797-1292. 800-797-1292. 800-797-1292. That's 800-797-1292.
The Technology Minute with George Capalbo.
New nightmare fuel from the University of Osaka. Autonomous, living, biointelligent robotics. The insect cyborg hybrid cockroach. Using natural bug reflexes scared of bright light. Instead of traditional electric nerve stimulation, tiny glued-on UV helmets blink lights into each eye to signal left and right turns. Intended for search and rescue, biointelligent cyborgs find their way out of any maze. Steering bugs with blinking lights avoids wired electric fatigue, which usually ends badly. Follow me at Capalbo on X and stay tuned to the Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
The NBA playoffs. The second most fun you can have indoors. If you're looking for gaming strategies and info, you've come to the right place. SportsGrid brings you all the angles and insights. Ignore us at your peril. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Yeah. We're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. Coach Young is with us, of course, with Joe out. Coach, we're spending so much time here about the Knicks in Indiana, and can they force a Game 7? Can we do all this? Can we do all that? Meanwhile, Coach, Joe just tweeted at me. That's why I had Joe on my mind. Meanwhile, Coach, at the end of the day, does any of it really matter? Because the winner of this series is going to get completely smoked by Oklahoma City in the finals.
Not much. I will say this. There's a reason why, if you look at FanDuel, the Knicks actually, by their odds, are actually given a better chance of beating Oklahoma City than the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
And if the Knicks were to win, the odds for the Knicks to win the championship will jump over the Pacers, not just because it's going to be at MSG. It's because the Knicks if the Knicks defend the way they did, and they're physical the way that they are, it could pose maybe some issues for Oklahoma City. If the Knicks made the finals and played like that, I could see the Knicks stealing 2 games. 6 max. I don't think the Pacers have the defensive acumen, because here's the thing. I don't think people realize, like, whatever Indiana can do, Oklahoma City can do better. They're better offensively. They're more offensively diverse. They're more athletic. They're deeper. The only thing is they may be better coached than Indiana, and they're way better defensively, because you know what they do. Like a guy like Caruso will put Halliburton in jail, in absolute jail. And then when he's done, Lou Dort's going to take him. When you talk about the fact that, Aaron Naismith made Jalen Brunson work. Right. SGA and Jalen Williams are 6'5". It's a completely different animal. So to me, the Knicks will pose a bigger problem for Oklahoma City, but Oklahoma City would beat the Knicks in 6, where I think they could honestly beat the Pacers in 5, maybe even sweep them.
I just, I find it, I agree with you a little bit on the Indiana point. I think that they do everything they do 10 times better. And it might be a complete smash job, whereas, like you said, if it's the Knicks, there's some other things that they do that maybe would be a problem for Oklahoma. But you look at all these records, Coach, that they've broken this year. Most double-digit wins, best ATS going into the finals ever, 63. Like, it all adds up, Coach, to, I mean, this is a young team without any, and Shea's, obviously probably got to do a little more before he starts to get maybe the recognition that the all-time greats of this game get, obviously, but they're going to have a historic all-time season if they rip through the finals and destroy whoever they play. And where are they going to be in the pantheon of because the numbers say that they should be talked about with some of the greatest teams ever. But you and I both know, because there isn't a LeBron, a Shaq, a Magic, because they don't have a guy like that, a Curry, they won't be put in that. And maybe Shea becomes that and gets to that level down the line. But interesting where this team will be historically if they do go and smash the final.
Well, Mike, it's a couple of things. Number one, their best player is Canadian. It's not an American-born player. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, if you take away Oklahoma City and close your eyes, and you say they're in New York, L.A., Miami, Dallas, Chicago, Philadelphia, you have a way different thought process about also where they're located is going to be something. It's going to be amazing. And here's the thing. The pathway they got, they beat the teams with and they beat Joker. But it's not like they went through LeBron or they went through Curry to get there. It's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you're talking about, because of the fact that the first round is 7 games, not 5, they're the first team to have 80 wins going into the finals. That's wild.
They have 62 wins by double digits or something like that.
And that's the only thing I'll say really quickly before we end. That's going to be the only tricky thing is tight game. So they tighten up. That's where you can get it.
Man, I don't know. I don't think there will be any tight games. Coach, enjoy the game tomorrow night. Go New York, go New York, go. Coach James Young with us, Carver and Lisi. We got another hour to go.
It's WNBA playoff time. Don't just get excited. Be smart about it. Keep it here for all the angles. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
The Technology Minute with George Capalbo.
A new MIT ping pong robot plays with power and uncanny accuracy.
Try and handle this.
High-speed cameras and predictive trajectory computer hardware control a multi-jointed lightning-fast robot arm attached to one end of the ping pong table, precisely executing loops, drives, or chops. Intended to be used as a ping pong training aid, the ultimate goal, improving the speed and agility of humanoid search and rescue robots.
But that's not going to save you from my notebook backhand smash.
Follow me at Capalbo on X and stay tuned to the Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
Football full circle.
I'm trying to figure out what this Dolphin team is doing. They want to trade Jalen Ramsey. They don't trade Tyreek Hill, but they tell the whole world they'd be willing to trade him. They got 2 number ones. They're holding on to Tua Tags for whatever reason. They're holding on to the head coach for whatever reason. They're holding on to the dopey GM, Chris Greer, who's awful for whatever reason. Doesn't make any sense.
It's Football Full Circle with Ben Stevens and Scott Wetzel. Weekdays noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Take it easy, Sporto. Cool your jets. Summer's winding down. The NBA is coming, and you'll get every angle right here. Every team, every player, every possibility. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
It's the opening kickoff with Carver and Lisi.
All right, here we go. Carver and Lisi with you. SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM, channel 159. Great to have you with us on a Friday night heading into the weekend on the grid. Huge night of baseball. Tons of games going on. We still have tons of games to come also, including the big Yankee-Dodger opener out at Chavez Ravine. Get your Apple TV subscriptions ready. We have also got, well, that's all that's really going on live tonight. We already covered the game for the Knicks tomorrow night with Coach. We have our Stanley Cup final set with the Oilers and the Panthers, which will start on Wednesday night. We got the golf this weekend, too. Man, runs just keeps going around in Kansas City. Tonight's the night. Bottom 3, 7 runs already on the board. Ball's jumping tonight at Kauffman. Unbelievable. Mike Carver with you. Sans Joe. Joe out, final night on assignment. He'll be back on Monday. And good to have back once again this week our friend, gentleman George Kurtz, with us here to finish our final hour of the week, a Friday night party. Hi, George.
Hello, Michael. How are you? A little weird tonight, Mike. No hockey. Right? It's first time in a while that I'm not. Okay, is it on ESPN? Is it on TNT? What am I doing here? What channel I got to find here? So a little strange tonight that we don't have hockey, but you mentioned everyone's waiting for the big series for the Yankees and Dodgers, right, in an hour. I got to tell you, already fought with my TV to make sure I have the Apple ready to go here. And I do mean fought with it as it wanted me to verify again. I don't understand why I got to verify every time I go to watch this thing, which is pretty much every Friday night when Apple has a game. But I think we're ready to go. Maybe. I hope. We'll see.
I hope so, too. Second of the night for Christian Yelich. They should pay me double for that, George. I had him before when he hit the Oppo Taco to left field. If a guy gets 2, you should pay me double. That's how I always feel about it. So 6-2 Brewers in the top of the 9th inning in Philadelphia. Elsewhere here this evening in baseball, there is a lot going on. We've got the Rockies just got one back against the Mets. Is that Hillard who hit one, George? Did Hillard hit that out for Colorado? So 3-2.
One. I don't know if
Top of the 8th. He just got over the wall, that one, too. So 3-2 Mets, top of the 8th inning at City. The Blue Jays have busted out the big stick again against the A's. 9-5 as they go to the bottom of the 6th inning in Toronto. 2-0 Giants lead the Marlins bottom 7. The Angels have now got it out to 3-0. It was 1-0 for a while there. RBI hit. Didn't see, was that Taylor? Jorge Soler just got that RBI hit. So Trout's coming up now. 3-1 Red Sox lead the Braves. 5-0 Rangers lead the Cardinals. The Rays are still up 1-0 on that Caballero homer. And as I was just mentioning, 4-3 already, Tigers and Royals. A game with a low total tonight. Usually not the ballpark where you get a lot of runs. And even the weather forecast tonight was saying it wasn't going to be great either. But the ball's been jumping out of the K tonight, George. That Bobby Witt homer was a bomb. Riley Green hit a bomb, too. Ball's moving in Kansas City.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a place we expect, to be a launching pad, but it has been tonight. Hey, good. I didn't have anything there, so it's not like I didn't play a Bobby Witt homer or a Riley Green, although kind of wish I did here. Did not have Texas scoring 5 runs in the first 3 innings on my bingo card. Okay,
no.
Didn't see that happening. Listen, the day didn't start off great. The Reds won this afternoon, didn't have that either here. But Toronto A's, I can't say this enough. Toronto looks like a team where over at home, under on the road here. And the Rays just betting against. The A's just betting against, right? They're bad. Whatever reason, I thought they'd be better this season. I have a ticket on their win total as well. I think it's 71.5 offhand here. And it was looking really good for a while, Mike, and now that's plummeted where it's going to be very difficult for me to get that. So you got to take advantage of it where you can here. So very happy about that game so far. So when the Blue Jays hold on, we'll take the double doink there. So let's say it's been an interesting night so far, and then we'll see what we're going to do with this Yankee game.
We will, and we're going to get to that. We'll do that in a little bit because it's 4 late-night games, including that Yankee-Dodger game out at Chavez Ravine. Before we do this, George, earlier in the show, we threw the bouquets, and I'm going to do it again. We did very well in that third period of the Oilers-Star game last night. Had the live over in game, had the over 1.5 in the third, which had no problem whatsoever. What was it, George? 3 or 4 minutes into the third period, it was done? They had 2 goals
That was
already
beautiful. Beautiful.
That was better than all those ones you sweated out with the empty nets all those nights before that. You got 2 goals right out of the chute in the third last night.
That bet's, listen, but you said it last night. They're juicing that bet now. Sooner or later, maybe they're going to make it a flat 2. I don't think they would make it a flat 2. You wonder if they're going to do that. Or they're going to make it over 2-1, minus 210, whatever it might be. So it's going to be a problem. But I'm going to keep hitting it. Like I said, I don't know if the Oilers-Panthers series is going to be much different as far as goals. If it was Panthers and another defensive-laden team, maybe I wouldn't. But Oilers can score. They can score on anybody. So I'm going to be hitting that probably again come Wednesday night. I don't see myself. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now it ain't broke, so I'm going for it here. Like I said, last night was beautiful. We got the over 7.5 that you and I took. I took it over 8.5. Had to sweat that one out, and I got to tell you, I guess this is the better in all of us, right? We hit a lot of bets last night. We're doing very well here, but I am flipping out here when they missed, 3 or 4 shots at the empty net? I think they missed 3 or 4. The one guy flipped it, and the defenseman on Dallas actually kicked it away. It's like, you got to be kidding me. How am I not getting this? And of course I was greedy because Leon Draisaitl was the only bet I didn't hit anytime goal. And so I wasn't happy that he didn't get one. We have a home run from the Toronto Blue Jays, by the way, another monster shot. So it's now 10-5 Toronto over the A's. Left-hander, didn't see who. It wasn't Varsho. No, he was up last innings. I don't think so. I don't think it was Varsho.
Could you tell, George, that I had Varsho tonight? Small play on Varsho. One book had him completely mispriced. He was in the 5s at most books, and then one book had him at 750. And for me, that's just... Sometimes I just play the numbers, George, and I had to go play the numbers.
Did you have Barger, whatever his name is?
No, I didn't have Barger. I had him a couple nights ago when they were. Where were they before this? In Texas. I had Barger one night in Texas when they were there. It wasn't a night to have anybody at that place.
And they're still doing this
I'm a
stupid
little
thing when they put the
surprised.
jacket on when he hits a home run. God, I hate that.
They love that. They love doing that. So I guess the Blue Jays are going to be this King of the Diamond tonight on DK. King of the Diamond's probably going to be the Blue Jays scoring the most runs for them. How about one thing that really surprised me tonight, George? I can't believe how well he only pitched 4 2/3, but Giolito not getting completely torched by the Braves tonight I thought for sure he'd get smashed.
Same
and it's
here.
3-1 Red Sox now in the bottom of the 6th. Not even close to it.
Atlanta scored in the first, right? Olsen doubled in. And by the way, when Olsen doubled in that run, Acuna should have been thrown out by like 20 feet, but the catcher couldn't control the throw. He was easily out there. But it started out like, oh, here we go. Giolito's going to get the snot beat out of him. Listen, they've hit him hard, but it's been a lot of atom balls here. They just can't drive in runs, which, by the way, it's been a Braves bugaboo all season long, right? Just like sort of with the Mets here. Runners in scoring position. They don't get the big hit.
They don't get the big hit. That is not what they do. That's for sure. So far, 4-3 now with the Tigers too. They keep putting the Tiger game on. I've got the red zone thing on, and it keeps going back and forth with that. One other change that we just got. Angels actually did get out of that. The Guardians got out of it. So 3-0 Angels as they go to the bottom of the 7th. That was the other one. In terms of scoring, George, where was that tonight? Because I thought this Ortiz we usually would get pummeled by the Angels, and he pitched 6 innings of 1-run ball for them, and then they came in, they got him. But Soriano pitched very well against Cleveland too. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We'll come back. We got a lot more to do on the grid right after this. George in for Joe.
By the end, you might not have a ring on your finger. Stay tuned and you'll have a little something in your pocket. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Sports Rage tonight.
They strike so quickly and they don't get rattled. How many times have we seen the team score on the Panthers and like within 30 seconds, bro, the Panthers score again? It's like they know the other team is psychologically not there. The Panthers don't get rattled. They're like robots, even keeled, dump the puck into the zone and strike.
It's Sports Rage tonight with Gabe Morency. Weekdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right. For about $50 a month, you'll get lightning-fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back. But you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now. 800-797-1292. 800-797-1292. 800-797-1292. That's 800-797-1292.
Ah, springtime. When a young man's fancy turns to...
Get your mind out of the gutter.
For sports gaming strategies and information that gives you an unfair advantage, you'll find it all right here.
It's the winning edge.
This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
All right. And we're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. Great to have you with us here tonight. 1-0 Rays and the Astros. Man, that game's flying along. It's like an hour in, George. They played 5 innings already in Houston. Jeez. Valdez and
man, got to get out.
Valdez and Pepio tonight, right? I mean, they are cruising in that game. All right, let's talk about the late night games. I'll save the best for last, George. I know you're tuned up and you've got the Apple TV already for the Yankees and the Dodgers, so I'll hold off on that. The Nationals, who had a great couple of days in Seattle, including when we got done last night, they had a huge 7-run 10th inning, capped off with that Josh Bell homer. Now they go to the desert, where the Diamondbacks haven't really been playing well. Jake Irvin and Merrill Lynch Kelly, minus 225. I mean, the Nationals have won 7 out of 10, playing some pretty good ball. Arizona not playing good ball. You get the Nats at plus 188. But what I like, George, of course, is that 9.5, because you got a couple guys there that I think hopefully we can get ourselves some runs and maybe some homers too, which we would like.
I'm with you there as well. Now, listen, Mike, I wasn't very happy with the 7-run. I mean, listen, I shouldn't say that because it did give me the win. I had 3 bets in the game, right? And you got to love that Gore had 8 strikeouts. And I needed 9.
I know you needed 9. I saw that.
Thanks,
I checked
buddy.
that last night.
But that's my fault though, because I went for the plus money. I should have taken the minus. I think it was 134 for 8. That's probably what I should have done here, but I was greedy. So maybe I got what I deserved here, but I did not deserve to lose my under because they score 78 runs in the 10th inning. All right, did not deserve that. Yeah. All right, I did get the win. I was on the Washington Nationals as well here. So that was a frustrating game, to put it nicely for me. That being said, I'm going to read it the same way as you are. All right, so I'm going to go with the Nats again. I'm going to take the plus money. They are playing well. The Diamondbacks are not playing well. Yeah, I'm not saying they shouldn't be a 210 or 225 favorite, but not right now. Not the way they're playing right now. I think it's also a runs coming tonight as well. So I'll take the over 9.5. We get pretty much even money here, plus 100. So I'll take that. And yeah, I'm going to go James Wood to hit a home run tonight. I think he's going to put one out here. Yeah, so
Wood Doctor.
Let someone.
The Wood Doctor, baby. No, I'm saying I'm with you on the Wood Doctor.
I got it now. I thought someone hit one now. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's 6 games on. No one's hitting. What's going on?
You'll know, George, if someone hits one.
Oh, someone did hit one. Francisco Lindor with his second home run of the night.
Second of the night. Guy's hitting 2. Come on. Can we get Alonso? How about Alonso hitting one? Get Pete involved.
Oh, I'm not sure that's a home run. I'm not sure.
It is under review.
That's close. It hits the back of the padding. Does it make? I don't think it connects with the. I don't know what they call it on the field. If they called it on the field, I don't think I could have overruled it. So I wonder if that's it.
They didn't. It said call overturned, and now he's touching home
so they
plate.
called it a double.
So, call it a double. He was actually standing on third, but now they send him home. So it hit, and that's.
I'd like to see that again.
It's over that orange line. It's like the bottom of that metal
it's tough.
fence.
Does it hit the concrete, or did it hit the back of that wall? I don't know.
So as long as it's over that orange line, I guess that's
it's a home run.
That it's a homer. So Lindor with his second of the night.
Make walls like this. By the way, why do teams do this? Why do you build your stadium when you're going to have these kinds of calls? I don't understand that.
Yeah, it makes. Well, they've changed the wall out there in left field a billion times, too, George. So them in Baltimore, they love changing the wall all the time out in left. It's amazing.
Boys, why are the Padres only minus 180 favorite today? Why are they only minus 180, the Padres? I feel like it should be bigger. Am I missing something here?
Only minus 180? Only?
Well, I think based off I think they should be higher. Something smells fishy.
You're facing Mitch Keller. I don't think it's fishy. Keller's a good pitcher. He's not Skeens, but he's a good pitcher. I mean, I think the Padres are going to win the game. I do. But, hey, I don't really have an issue. I mean, I'll check the lineup here to make sure everyone's playing that should be playing. But I don't think it's all that fishy. They're minus 180 favorite, so they're a heavy favorite. It's Pivetta versus Keller. Keller's not terrible.
I don't see anything I don't think it should be. I don't think there's any reason why the Padres should be, 2.5 bills against them here. Really don't.
Yeah, it's their normal lineup. There's no one, Tatis, Arias, Machado, Merrill. They're all playing. Let's face it, Pittsburgh, we only care if it's
Pavetta,
playing.
and you got Pavetta on the mound. He throws him. He gives up a lot of homers. Pavetta. I know he's pitched well this year, but he gives up a lot of homers. And Cruz has been
I think the
dialed
Padres
in
win the
lately.
game, so I'm kind of happy with
Cruz
the minus 180. I'm not gonna bet it straight up, but I'm not all that. I don't think it's fishy. I don't think it smells.
No, I don't either. I like the over though. And Springer almost got one too, huh, George? He hit it right to dead center, right on the warning track, just short of the wall.
Everyone's almost getting one in this game, except our boy Varsho.
I know I could have used the Varsho. I never play Varsho. It was just the numbers. So Keller and Pavetta, like Matthias just said, minus 180 with the 7.5 in that game. Twins and the Mariners. Matthews and Brian Wu, a flat 7. I even saw some 6.5s around earlier for that total, George.
That's once again. I'm never betting an under at 7. I kind of wonder if you wait a half inning, maybe we do get 6.5, and then we go over. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I don't think Minnesota will score. Buxton's back tonight, if that makes anybody feel better. All right, Buxton's back tonight from Minnesota. I kind of think Wu could shut them down top of the first, and we get a better number. Either we get plus money at 7 or maybe 6.5.
Buxton's back tonight, huh?
Yeah, he got. I'm assuming he's in the lineup. I did not personally check that, but I know he got activated. They would have activated him if he was going to be in the lineup.
He's leading off. They have Clemens back in the lineup. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We're back on the grid right after.
Sometimes the winning edge just comes down to attitude. Like telling the cop to wait a minute because listening to us is way more important. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network. Football Full Circle.
I'm trying to figure out what this Dolphin team is doing. But they want to trade Jalen Ramsey. They don't trade Tyreek Hill, but they tell the whole world they'd be willing to trade him if they got 2 number ones. They're holding on to Tua Tags for whatever reason. They're holding on to the head coach for whatever reason. They're holding on to the dopey GM, this Greer, who's awful for whatever reason. Doesn't make any sense.
It's Football Full Circle with Ben Stevens and Scott Wetzel. Weekdays noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network. The SportsGrid Radio Network presents This Date in Sports History.
1935, in his final Major League at-bat in Philadelphia, Babe Ruth retires on an infield grounder. The Bambino played just 1 inning for the Boston Braves that day. In 1942, pitching for the Negro League All-Stars, Satchel Paige tosses 5 innings to beat Dizzy Dean's All-Stars 8-1. For SportsGrid Radio, I'm Mike DeMurgis.
Know someone with a drinking or drug problem? Learn how to get sober after we share these stories.
I was 35 with 2 beautiful children when my life and addiction started to spiral out of control. After my divorce, I went into a depression cycle and started drinking more often and using prescription drugs. After my second DWI and arrest, my ex-husband threatened to take our children away from me.
I was 17 when I became addicted to heroin and meth. I thought I could quit on my own, but I couldn't. It hit me when I was arrested.
Get sober now. Your private insurance may cover costs and we'll get you here. It's simple. Just call Elite Rehab Placement right now. Please, don't wait. Your life matters to us. 800-959-6348. 800-959-6348. 800-959-6348. Call right now before it's too late. That's 800-959-6348.
In baseball, a batter gets 3 strikes. In sports gaming, you get 1. No do-overs. You need all the help you can get. And that's what you get with us, your trusted source for gaming odds and more. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. All right, George. Now, finally, last game tonight. By the way, top 7, and the Red Sox have the bases loaded here against the Braves. They're looking to bust this game open, it looks like. Yankees and Dodgers, Chavez Ravine. Max Fried and Tony Gonsolin tonight. No Mookie Betts for the Dodgers. He's got some kind of a toe problem. And, I guess they're going to get him an MRI, get him looked at. So you get Ohtani, Hernandez, Smith, Freeman in the top 4 for LA. The Yankees sit Dominguez tonight, George. And they play Grisham in the field with Rice at the DH. Yeah, I guess. I guess they were going to sit him one of these 3 games, right? I guess he wasn't going to play all 3 nights.
They're sitting him too much.
I don't like, but
they're sitting him too much.
I agree. I think they're sitting him too much too.
Listen, he's supposed to be your top prospect, right? That guy who could be. Listen, he's not going to be a superstar, but a star player, and yet you're sitting him once every 3 games, once every 4 games. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's not about his defense because he's been fine. Right? He hasn't made any mistakes in left field that we've really seen, or certainly not all that many. So you're sitting him. It's a numbers game. This is why you and I kept talking about it all week. It's a numbers game now, and Stanton's probably back in a couple of weeks, and then someone's got to go. And I'm starting to wonder, Mike, if it's Dominguez who's going to go. Because Rice is hitting that well. The only problem is Rice doesn't give you any defensive thing.
They better not do that. That would bother the hell out of me, George, if they do that.
Yeah. It's bothering me that they're sitting him once every 3 or 4 days. So it's certainly bothering me that they send them down.
I don't like it at all.
What do you do?
Now, I guess he wanted Grisham in tonight because he's 7 for 15 with a homer off Gonsolin. He's got really good numbers off of Gonsolin, so
it was a fantastic.
I guess that's
numbers.
why he wanted Grisham in the lineup. But yeah,
listen.
Again,
I have no problem sitting a player once a week, once every 8-9 games, but I'm not sitting him. I'm not sitting my star prospect once every 3-4 games. I think that's nuts. You're holding him back. You're holding him back. And by the way, I also
agree.
think the Grisham magic I think is over. All right, he's not hitting as well lately.
Yeah, I thought about playing him tonight when I saw those numbers off of Gonsolin, and then I thought again, and I was like, guy's been ice cold. He's done nothing. He's really been in a funk these past couple of series. I'm staying away. I played Bellinger tonight, George, on Cody.
I've done that 3 times this week, and I'm 0 for 3.
Now, are you playing him tonight?
I was thinking about it. Fine, if you're going to do it, I'll put it. What is it? What are we at here?
I was 460 this morning when I played it. I don't know what he's at now.
Goldsmith's 420. He's better than 420. Oh, he's 420. He went down 40 cents.
He went 40 cents. So usually goes down a bit before game time. Everybody starts running to play them. So who is this?
I think if I play one though, because I haven't played any home prop. If I'm going to play Bellinger, then I'm going to play Rice. I'm going to play both. I just want to hit one. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play Bellinger and Rice, not a parlay separately, but I'm going to play Bellinger and Rice. As long as one of them hits a dong, there's money in the bank from here. So I'll do that. Bellinger and Rice. Rice is 360 for those who are wondering.
Looks like the Mets win, George. I see them all celebrating at Citi Field. Mets win over the Rockies.
Yeah, they got done before
they were
rain.
A heavy favorite, and they were even a heavy run line favorite as well. I mean, even a run line.
Was it 375 you and I saw last night, right?
Yeah, it was very pricey for them this evening. So
I'm very glad,
Mets,
Mike. I didn't bet the game, but I came really close to going in alt line 2.5. Very close to doing it. Then I'm like, you know what? The Mets, they don't hit. They don't hit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do this, but I came within a click because I was my finger was on the button. I just no. So, hey, money not lost is money won.
Yankees are favored in LA tonight, -138. Dodgers are plus $1.18. The total's 8.5. We'll talk about this a little bit more when we come back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We're back here.
You're listening to the cozy Vermont vacation timeshare of the winning... the home of the winning edge. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
The Technology Minute with George Capalbo.
Scientists at the American Institute of Physics have built a sophisticated computer model using half a dozen differential equations derived from Euler's mathematical simulation of a rotating rigid body on a waxed surface covered with a thin layer of oil to understand, for the first time, the science of bowling. Until now, there's been no unified model to predict the best conditions for a strike, or how to best prepare tournament lanes for fair competition. However, no simulation of bowling ball shot dynamics, trajectory, friction, wood grain, accessories, or oil patterns can solve this.
Gutter ball.
Follow me at Chicabelbo on X and stay tuned to the Technology Minute for more cool stuff like this.
Imagine combining the exciting investment opportunity of cryptocurrencies with the power of artificial intelligence to maximize your IRA, 401k, or other investment funds. Listen, if you're looking for ways to accelerate your retirement growth, Block Trust IRA has market-leading strategies and solutions for all levels of investors, from $1,000 to millions. And they partner with Bitcoin Magazine's #1 crypto trading fund in the world to maximize your returns. Plus, their team of IRA specialists is here to help you roll over your IRA or qualified retirement account to the new world of cryptocurrency investments. So make this free call right now to set up your account and learn more.
800-434-5313. 800-434-5313. 800-434-5313. That's 800-434-5313.
In baseball, a batter gets 3 strikes. In sports gaming, you get 1. No do-overs. You need all the help you can get. And that's what you get with us, your trusted source for gaming odds and more. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Yeah. We're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio. Sirius XM 159 here with you. Top 8 in Cleveland. Bases loaded for the Angels. Now, with 2 out.
3-2 count.
And they get out of it. So, end of the inning, they go to the bottom of the inning. Very much so. I think the Marlins have got a little noise going with the Giants right now, too. I just saw the Giants I'm pretty sure they were either making a pitching change. I don't think they got out of the inning. Here comes this Paredes for the... Oh, Paredes, I know, was really foul, but man, did he crush that, George. Oh. Couple sections to the right, Isak. Come on. You tell him on Paredes, George? I had it on Paredes tonight.
I didn't see you post. If you posted that, I usually see your home run props.
I didn't actually get to. It's I usually don't get the chance to post them on days where one of the kids has a game. So my son had T-ball tonight. So as soon as Coast to Coast ends, I run to the T-ball field, do the T-ball game, and then by the time I get home, it's quickly eat dinner and then bang, right to Carver and Lisi. So that's on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesday, my daughter has her softball games. Friday nights is my son's T-ball games. On those nights,
you're not betting on the T-ball with softball, are you, Mike? Please tell me you're not betting on this.
No. None of that. That would not be allowed. That would be frowned upon, George, as they like to say. Frowned upon for any of that. All right. Next up. Last thing on this Yankee game for you here this evening. All right. Let me bring it back up. Paredes that foul ball he crushed that foul ball. I was going to give you the Max Fried number. The Dodgers have not been dogs at home in over a year, and the last time that they were, it was against Max Fried. with Atlanta. The Dodgers won 5-1 that night.
I told you last
time
night.
They were dogs at home.
I think Fried's going to pitch fine tonight. I do. I think he'll pitch fine, but I think the Dodgers are going to win the game. I have a little hesitancy because now Betts is out. We didn't know this last night. All right.
Yeah.
A little hesitancy now that they're losing Mookie. But once again, it's take the fact that I'm a Yankee fan out of it and all that, or that, the Yankees annoy me sometimes. Plus money, Dodgers, home. How can I not take the Dodgers? I know the Yankees have won 16 of 20. I get that, but they're not scoring, Mike. They're not scoring runs. So it's almost a principle.
Right. You remove the blinders, and it's kind of, let's think about this here for a second. And I agree with you. Total 8.5, though? Is that just because it's, it's Judge, it's Ohtani,
I'm going under.
By the way, Ohtani's he 1 for 3 with a homer off of Fried. I know his home run number is a little bit bigger than usual. Usually he's with Judge around 192. He's in the 260, 270 range at some places tonight.
How about
I don't particularly
home
like
run?
Yes.
I know you like your home run props, but I kind of like
but
total base props.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. He's still minus
I used
130.
to do those. I used to do those before I got completely enamored with home runs. And then that was it.
Yes,
I couldn't bet anything
before you
else.
went up the deep end.
Yeah, I used to do 2 total bases. Was my.
It's still not a great price at minus 130, but obviously you would like that better. You only have to hit a double here or 2 singles. Hey, we don't need to be greedy. I would probably lean more towards that. What is his home run number? Do you remember offhand?
Some books had him as high as 260, 270. See, FanDuel has him at. 1 second here, I have it up.
240. 240.
Yeah, which again is for him. MGM's got 265 on their site, so got some.
I could
numbers,
go once again. Could put Ohtani in here. I wouldn't put Freeman. I'm not going back-to-back lefties here. Teoscar. I played 2 Yankees. I could play 2 Dodgers, play Ohtani, play Teoscar, and I just need one to hit a home run. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think the Dodgers are going to win it like 4-2, something like that. So I'm going to go. I'm going to take those 2 Yankees. Hope one of them hits a home run here because I think there'll be solo home run opportunities for the Yankees. They're having trouble hitting with people on base anyway, and take the Dodgers at plus 118. And I've already done this, by the way. And I'm going to take the under as well here. I just don't think we're going to see runs tonight, not unless one of the bullpens, poops the bed here, which is a possibility here. But I just don't think the starting lineups are going to destroy the other one. So the Yankees couldn't hit the Angels at all. They really haven't done much. Even against Colorado, you take out that 5th inning on Saturday, they're not scoring runs. They're just not right now. They're winning games, but not scoring. Listen, winning games is all that matters here. But against the Dodgers, you've got to score some runs here. I just don't think they will tonight.
I would not be stunned at all if it's an under. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. That game goes under this evening. That's for sure. Can we get one from where are the Indians? Okay, we got Jose Ramirez coming up. I guess he's either up. If he's not up now, he'll get up in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, there's
one more crack
8th.
with Jose Ramirez.
He'll get up. He'll be.
Third, right?
If this guy makes it out, well, he'll be up first in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, he'll be up. He'll lead off in the bottom. That would be against Jansen then, right? Jansen will probably come in for the 9th.
Unless they score. Unless the Angels score on the top of the 9th. Yeah, you would think Canley's in. Not that he's not great anyway. I wouldn't be worried about, oh my God, it's Canley Jansen.
I'd like to go after, Yeah, he's coming up now. Got a hit.
Well, a little better, I guess. A little weaker reliever and someone on base.
Am I ahead of you for once here, George? Am I ahead of you on some of these games?
You're ahead of me by about a pitch.
That's because of the MLB big inning quad box that they do at night. I have the big inning on the MLB.TV, which gives you 4 games at once, and it just keeps changing all the games.
I should do that.
And I
just pick 6 games to watch. I should probably put one of those TVs as far as the quad box. Especially if
they only do it
6.
for 2 hours a night. Like it's only on from 8 to 10 or 8:30 to 10:30. They don't give it to you for the entire night.
Well, they're doing it to when
Come
the
on,
games end,
Ramirez.
right? That's when the game's
about
going to end
Olsen
between
here?
8:30 and 10:30.
How about Olsen here, George? Come on.
Olsen's up.
owed
He's on a
me
different
for the
TV.
last
Ooh,
couple
no,
days.
there's runners on base, so we know he's not getting a hit. The way it's worked for them, right? They can't have people on base here. I also have Olsen on my fantasy team. Everything's about
They've
me.
had all kinds of problems scoring runs with guys on base. All kinds of problems that they have had. Let's go here. When we come back, George, I want to get your thoughts, initial thoughts on this Florida-Edmonton series, which will start on Wednesday. Me and Matthias were talking about it earlier, and there's I just feel like it's Edmonton for me. It feels like Edmonton. Even not just watching the teams and seeing how they're good, like all the zany stuff, like the Gretzky Crosby thing with the rematch in the Cup final, and now McDavid's doing it. All that stuff too, just all lines up so nice that I think McDavid's going to get it done. I've already put a couple of things in, George, for the series, and I will tell you what those are when we come back. You know, I love those series-long plays. What did he do? Did he walk Ramirez? He must have.
I just see him walking there now.
Manzardo's
Wait, there
coming
he got
up.
hit. Maybe he got hit.
Yeah, because there was no way that he had 3 balls on him and thrown that many pitches.
Here we go.
Come
He
on,
plays now.
Olsen.
Oh, no, he just walked.
Come
It was a
on.
walk.
Oh, he walked. All right, there you go. Olsen up with a full count now as well. All right, Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We'll come back. Getting close to the end here on a Friday night. Back after this.
Being a SportsGrid listener doesn't make life perfect. But it'll do till perfect comes along. We're the home of the winning edge. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Imagine combining the exciting investment opportunity of cryptocurrencies with the power of artificial intelligence to maximize your IRA, 401k, or other investment funds. Listen, if you're looking for ways to accelerate your retirement growth, Block Trust IRA has market-leading strategies and solutions for all levels of investors, from $1,000 to millions. And they partner with Bitcoin Magazine's #1 crypto trading fund in the world to maximize your returns. Plus, their team of IRA specialists is here to help you roll over your IRA or qualified retirement account to the new world of cryptocurrency investments. So make this free call right now to set up your account and learn more.
800-434-5313. 800-434-5313. 800-434-5313. That's 800-434-5313.
The SportsGrid Radio Network presents This Date in Sports History.
1935, in his final major league at-bat in Philadelphia, Babe Ruth retires on an infield grounder. The Bambino played just 1 inning for the Boston Braves that day. In 1942, pitching for the Negro League All-Stars, Satchel Paige tosses 5 innings to beat Dizzy Dean's All-Stars 8-1. For SportsGrid Radio, I'm Mike DeMurgis.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast.
Their defense on this guy has been absolutely zero. They have not defended this guy once the entire effing series. I mean, honestly, I have never seen a guy with more room to do whatever he wants than this guy Halliburton. This guy has humiliated them.
It's Pharrell, Coast to Coast with Scott Pharrell. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. On the home of the winning edge, the SportsGrid Radio Network. You don't have to sink a 30-footer from the end of your driveway to come out of the NBA playoffs smelling like a rose. SportsGrid brings you all the angles, insights, and odds. And more to make you a winner. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
And we're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. They're reviewing this play in Atlanta to see it, and they're calling him out, George. Olsen out. They just did the replay. So that takes the run that they scored on them throwing the ball around off the board. Olsen's out at first. It stays a 3-1 game for the Red Sox. How about that? You know, it was real close, George, but it looked like he probably had his toe on the top of the bag. It was pretty close.
It was pretty close. It certainly wasn't cut and dry there. But yeah, I thought he was out too. Listen, they got the call right. It's what they're supposed to do. Not good for me as I need runs in this game. I need a lot of runs in this game. So I'm not happy about it. But hey, that's what replay's there for, to get the call right. And I think they did get it right.
The Wood Doctor's up for the Nationals here. Strikes out, swinging against Merrill Lynch Kelly to start things off there. They're underway in San Diego as well with the Pirates and the Padres. Padres wearing the neon tonight. I love those Friday night Padre jerseys. Those are the best. That's 2 nights in a row I got an eye roll from George on some of these City Connect jerseys. I told you I didn't like many of them. I'm definitely in the minority when it comes to these Padre Friday night jerseys with the neon. I love
these
those.
things suck. They look like I don't like it, Mike, when if I'm not paying attention to the game, I just turn the game on. Oh, who's playing? What? I need like a telescope to read the jersey now so I can see what. No, there's neon colors stuff, the green. I don't know. Was it a teal hat, pink, and whatever? No. No. I don't like any. Like I said, and it's all a money grab too. They just want you to buy new jerseys for, and
yeah.
No. Sorry,
that's what they want.
It looks like a softball uniform.
That's a lot of them have that now too. Like even Arizona's wearing these purple jerseys tonight. A lot of these teams wear the solid color. Kansas City's got the solid color blues on tonight. Friday night, everybody wears the crazy jerseys.
This is
Oilers
all
and
a
Panthers.
money grab. It's all this is money grab. They make. And people. And by the way,
I'm stunned. The Yankees
how many times do you see somebody walking around by the way with an alternate jersey? All right, I don't think I've ever seen anybody ever walk. Granted, we're in New York, so it's just Mets, Yanks. They don't have a lot of that. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody walk around with an alternate jersey.
Other than like Sharapan, who has all these jerseys. Other than him, I don't think anybody has a lot of these third alternate jerseys. I am surprised that the Yankees haven't done it yet. They've stayed true to the pinstripes and the road grays. They haven't strayed from it. I thought you would get some kind of that Navy Yankee blue with the NY, kind of like the spring training ones. I thought you would get some version of that at some point in a regular season, but we haven't seen it yet.
I don't like it when they change the hats, when they make the hats, even for Memorial Day. Listen, I'm American and all that.
Yeah.
I come from a military family, but no, I don't like any of that. Stay to what's true to you. Stay. Don't like when they change up stuff like that. No, I'm get off my lawn. Just get off my lawn.
Ooh, Marte dropped that ball at second base. That was an easy end of the inning, and Marte dropped it. So the Nationals get a little extra life here. First and second, 2 outs for them here. All right, Oilers and Panthers, George. Who do you got? I did the game 1 series parlay. Edmonton to win game 1. Edmonton to win the series at plus 165. Edmonton to win in 7 at plus 500.
Boy, you should get a little better price from Edmonton to win the series and win game 1 than 165.
Well, you got to remember they're minus one. They're minus like $1.30, minus between 130 and 140 for game 1.
I don't know why they're. By the way, you lost your savings chance if you needed that. Jorge Soler just hit a home run. I think
I did not need it.
I did not need it either, so I'm actually very happy.
And I had everybody on the Angels except Jorge Soler tonight. I think Ward, O'Hoppe. I think we have everybody except him. So that's just typical.
Yeah, that would infuriate.
Soler was a great price tonight too. Great price.
Tonight with the Yankees. I Bellinger and Rice, and it'll be Volpe, Judge, and someone else will hit a home run. I won't get that. Austin Wells. Oh, it just has. I thought about playing Wells. He hasn't been driving the ball here. Anyway, I read it the same way as you. All right, I think this is Edmonton's year. I think McDavid's going to get his cup, solidify himself as one of the best players of all time. Blah blah blah. Skinner's playing great. I think Florida's playing really well, but just not quite up. to what Everton's doing so far. I think Everton's just feeling it. I think they're an angry team that wants it, and I think they're going to go there and take it. Sort of that thing here. I mean, everything's going well. They're getting secondary scoring from everybody here, which you have to like to see. Losing, by the way, one thing I think is this. If the series goes probably at least 5, I wonder if Zach Hyman can return. When was the last time you saw someone have surgery that damn quick?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You've seen it before. Kadri did it.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to say what it was, because he refused to tell everybody what the injury was too. Who knows? I guess it's possible. Anything's
I'm not
possible.
banking on it, mind you. It's just something to throw out there.
The other one I did today on the NHL show was Corey Perry for 3 or more goals in the series at plus 550, I think it was. So
he's going to play on the top line.
He's now going to get a lot of the Hyman juice now that Hyman's not in there. As power play, things like that. He's going to be sitting out there with Draisaitl and McDavid. He's going to get a chance to pop a couple in. So only 3 goals for him. Bases loaded for the Nats now. Here against Merrill Lynch Kelly in the first. And he got the two dangerous hitters out, George. Abrams and the Wood Doctor. He got those guys out to start the inning. Now he's put the next 3 guys on. How about that?
A big hit. I almost said I'm on the over on the Nats here. A big hit early would be nice.
Yeah, fire him up. All right, Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio, Sirius XM 159. We will come back, and I know it's gone by fast, but we're going to wrap this puppy up on the other side right after this.
By the end, you might not have a ring on your finger. Stay tuned and you'll have a little something in your pocket. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Know someone with a drinking or drug problem? Learn how to get sober after we share these stories.
I was 35 with 2 beautiful children when my life and addiction started to spiral out of control. After my divorce, I went into a depression cycle and started drinking more often and using prescription drugs. After my second DWI and arrest, my ex-husband threatened to take our children away from me.
I was 17 when I became addicted to heroin and meth. I thought I could quit on my own, but I couldn't. It hit me when I was arrested.
Get sober now. Your private insurance may cover costs and we'll get you here. It's simple. Just call Elite Rehab Placement right now. Please, don't wait. Your life matters to us. 800-959-6348. 800-959-6348. 800-959-6348. Call right now before it's too late. That's 800-959-6348.
Football full circle.
I'm trying to figure out what this Dolphin team is doing. They want to trade Jalen Ramsey. They don't trade Tyreek Hill, but they tell the whole world they'd be willing to trade him if they got 2 number 1s. They're holding on to Tua Tags for whatever reason. They're holding on to the head coach for whatever reason. They're holding on to the dopey GM, Chris Greer, who's awful for whatever reason. Doesn't make any sense.
It's football full circle with Ben Stevens and Scott Wetzel. Weekdays noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on the SportsGrid Radio Network. The new SportsGrid app is now available on iOS and the App Store. Experience the ultimate sports betting companion that provides personalized content from your favorite hosts. In-depth matchup previews, game and prop picks, live odds, stats, scores, and more. All in one place. And of course, on the SportsGrid app, you can tune into our live television and radio coverage anytime. On the go, wherever you are. Download the SportsGrid app on the iOS App Store now. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The NBA playoffs. The second most fun you can have indoors. If you're looking for gaming strategies and info, you've come to the right place. SportsGrid brings you all the angles and insights. Ignore us at your peril. This is the SportsGrid Radio Network.
Yeah, we're back. Carver and Lisi, SportsGrid Radio. George Kurtz in for Joe. He's done a great job this week filling in as Joe was out on assignment all week long. Joe will be back on Monday night here with us on CNL. 11-5 Blue Jays. They got more runners on in the bottom of the 8th. They're looking to add on. Top 9, 4-0 Angels over Cleveland. Red Sox still up 3-1, 5-0 Rangers. 1-1. Houston tied it, huh, George? Houston got a run across?
I didn't see how. It's one of the few games I don't have on.
Can we get Paredes, George? I mean, come on. Let's get a big fly from Paredes here tonight. That was Pena. He should be coming up right now, right? Doesn't he hit number 2? Doesn't he hit second? He is coming up now. Let's give the fans something big here in Houston, George. Let's give him a shot in the Crawford boxes. Get everybody pumped up. One time.
Send you home on a happy note.
Send them home happy. 5-3 Tigers lead the Royals. The Nationals have the bases loaded in the first here against Merrill Kelly. Twins, Mariners, Yankees, Dodgers are going to be starting in a couple of minutes for us as well. Base hit for the Nats. That'll get a couple in, George, right out of the gate here in D.C.
I'm going to need that. This is not turning out to be the greatest night for me. So we need the late games to come in.
Well, you got a lot of gas on the Yankee game, too. You got plenty of stuff going on there with the Yankees.
Yeah, I have more bets late than I do, which is weird for me. Usually it's the other way around, but I have more bets late than I do for the early games.
This Paredes, come on. One time for this guy. This guy was hot as a pistol a couple weeks ago, right, George? Homering every other day. Let's get one here.
Give the fans something to yell about. They can't get any consistent hitting. Right? I mean, Walker started off, slow as anything, and now he's hitting better. Now he's out of the lineup. They don't have Alvarez. Altuve's been up and down here. Pena's really carrying him right now.
This guy tried to get thrown out stealing second. I understand why he did it, and now Pena's on second for the go-ahead run if Paredes only gets a hit instead of getting a homer, which is what we really need. Really need a homer. We'll try to get that. 2-0 now. For Washington, they are still hitting 30 pitches in the first inning for Merrill Kelly. 30 pitches.
He goes a little further, he won't be coming back out. They don't like going more than 35-40 in any one inning.
I wouldn't like that because a lot of the reason why I played the Wood Doctor tonight, George, was because the way that this guy throws Kelly. Yeah,
that bullpen sucks. That Arizona bullpen is gasoline on fire.
That's true.
And they've got some problems there, Arizona, and they're losing games anyway. They're falling out of this thing. But if they want to go make a playoff run, they got to make some additions to that bullpen.
Yeah, they do have their bullpen is pathetic so far this year. And the Blue Jays just don't want to quit. Kirk's up with the bases. Now these City Connect jerseys are awful. These Toronto ones where you can't even see the city on the jersey because the jerseys are black. And they try with the little blue in the background with the city of Toronto. Yes. Those can go. We don't need those.
What was annoying me if you're watching the game, I've watched the game all night here. It's my biggest bet of the night. Is that I couldn't tell what the score was because they were showing like a blue number on top of a blue background. I'm like, what the hell? They changed that around now. Now they made it white so you actually can read the damn thing.
Yeah.
So people must have been complaining. But I was like, what are we doing here? I can't even read the scorebook.
Paredes grounded out. So still 1-1 Astros Rays going to the ninth.
You might get a little extra inning bonus there.
Arizona got out of that with only 2 runs. So, but hey, now let's see Arizona do it. They can now go and score a few because Irvin gives up plenty of bombs. Josh Naylor would be a good one tonight, George. A little Josh Naylor tonight.
That would be a good one. You're right. Didn't think of that. Actually, we can still go in on that. What's another bet?
On him. Well, I played him at MGM because it was the best number. It was 630. He was in the 5s at FanDuel and in the 5s at DK, but he was 630 at MGM, so I went with that.
I'm checking now. Checking. If I get anything, $550, I'm going to take that.
Let you do $550 for Naylor. Let's go. Getting involved. George, great job all week long. Thank you so much for hanging in while Joe was out this week. Great job by Matthias Burbell. Joe's back on Monday. Great job by Coach tonight as well with the Knick game. Everybody have a great weekend. Cash a lot of tickets. Enjoy all the games. We'll see you back here Monday night on Carver and Lisi. Have a great one.